Yo, what's up? Episode 4, pinned to submission. Let's go. We got Edge News, Adam Copeland, we got Riddle, and we've got FASTLANE. So let's do this. So we've got a lot to talk about. Before we do, I'd just like to mention this podcast is now on Spotify. So if you don't want to see this face, you can't see me, you don't want to see me, you can just listen to me on Spotify. Exact same podcast, just in your ears. I'll link it in the description below. So we had some crazy news come out this past couple of weeks. It's been a while. Last we left off, there was a day of WWE releases, and I mentioned if there's going to be a second day, which usually there was, we were going to do an episode 4, and thank goodness there wasn't really a second day of releases. A couple other releases did trickle down the line. We'll talk about one of them. But first, we got to talk about Edge. Adam Copeland, the rated R superstar Adam Copeland, signed with AEW. So, rumors were that his contract was expiring, or it expired. A couple people reported, Sean Ross Sapp, a couple other news people or podcast people stated back in August that he's probably AEW bound. He had the match in August. Afterwards, he came on and did a video saying that he was just gonna lick his wounds, and his WWE deal is sitting in his inbox, but he's got to figure out what he wants to do best. That's the last we heard from him. And then this last Sunday at the AEW pay-per-view, and those are called pay-per-views because you have to pay for them, he showed up. He was there, pretty much solidifying that he signed with AEW. To be honest, I was not too happy with it. I can't say I wasn't too happy. I was just a little disappointed because I figured Edge would be like a WWE lifer, people who are there forever. I think John Cena is a lifer, like he's mentioned, he's always going to stay with WWE. So I thought Edge would always stay with WWE. He showed up, the rated R superstar. I guess WWE tried copywriting or trademarking that and abandoned that a couple years ago, so they kind of screwed themselves out of that. Showed up the rated R superstar Adam Copeland to AEW. It's kind of funny because when he first comes out, he goes running to the one side of the ramp like he does. He goes running to the other side of the ramp, kind of looks and walks away, realizing, oh yeah, AEW doesn't book that one side of the arena a lot. But he came down, confronted Christian. I didn't watch the pay-per-view. I'm not big into AEW. To me, like, I hear people give other people grief on Twitter. Oh, if you don't like both companies, you're just blah, 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 blah. Like, no. To me, I was raised in the Attitude Era. WWE versus WCW. You picked your company. You stuck with it. I picked WWE. So right now, to me, is like that. WWE or AEW. I can't say much though, because I haven't gotten AEW that much of a chance. Like, I watched it earlier this year after I met Jamie Hayter. Freaking amazing. Like, she was the best ever. She was at Comic-Con. We had Mick Foley and Rikishi there for WWE, and I went for Mick Foley. I loved it. He was the best. Like, made my day. But then Jamie Hayter was there, and I hadn't watched AEW other than maybe like 2 or 3 episodes from that time frame. And I had messaged a group that I was in, and they told me who she was, and I was like, oh, this chick's pretty cool, okay. And I was walking past her booth, and, autographs. One side cost this much, and then pictures and videos and blah, blah, blah. Well, she had chops free. And I knew what, chops meant. I knew what she was meaning, but I thought, why is she doing this for free? So again, I reverted back to my group chats. There's some AEW loyal people there, and they told me she's known for her chops. So I went, you know what? Let's do this. That chop was intense. I loved it. Like, it was so much fun. And then she just, I told her how when I was younger, I wanted to be a wrestler. Never worked out, but I'm a big wrestling fan. We talked for a little bit, and that was about it. It was pretty fun. So we're walking around. We had time to spare, me and my husband. And I said, you know what? I still have money to get more stuff, obviously. So I'm going to get a picture with Jamie Hayter. And I'm going to have her chop me again. Because that was so, like, exhilarating. Like, I loved it. And so we got the second chop on video. And we're going to watch it right now.
Okay.
Is it filming?
Yep.
This is especially for you.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
So because of her doing that, which was awesome, because right when it ends, she says something to me. She told me, "You're so freaking hardcore, like 2 in a row. Like, you were meant for this business. You should have tried out," which kind of made me like, damn it, I should have. But literally, like, her and watching her wrestle after that was my extent of watching AEW. Watched it every once in a while for the House of Black because, Buddy Matthews, Rhea Ripley, it is what it is. I gotta support the couple. But I didn't watch the pay-per-view. I'm not gonna pay for a pay-per-view of a company I don't watch. But all the Twitter videos came out, and I was just like, this is, like I said, I was a little disappointed. But then Edge did the like a press release or a presser or whatever they call them in AEW afterwards, and had mentioned that, kind of like, from what I saw, kind of took a dig at WWE, but didn't necessarily. I know he mentioned that he wasn't done yet. He wanted to wrestle more, and AEW is a whole new roster, and they have so much more for him. Made it seem like WWE really didn't have anything for him, and they wanted him to slow down, which would make sense because they've done that to people. But it'll be interesting to see Adam Copeland on AEW. I know he was on AEW. What's their main show? Dynamite? Rampage? Whatever their main show is, the one on Wednesdays. And I know he was talking to Christian, and he kind of like mentioned the Judgment Day without mentioning the Judgment Day. And I know next week he's actually going to wrestle, and Tony Khan said he's going to be wrestling. So it'll be interesting to watch. I may watch AEW a little bit more just to see where he takes it. I think, I know, like, at the end of the promo or whatever last night, Christian said, "Go F yourself" to him. Which kind of sucks, because I was hoping they'd put them together and have one last match. Like, let's run it back. Matt and Jeff, Adam Copeland and Christian. Let's let them fight in AEW like I know they can. But it's alright. Like I said, I may watch it. It's kind of some shocking news, but we'll see where that goes. We also had, like I said, the releases only were one big day, which was kind of good news. Had a couple more come throughout the week. But the one that a lot of people were calling for, which, like, if you're saying, hey, you should be released, like, release this wrestler, release this person, I hate to say it, you're a piece of crap. Like, think about it. If you have a job, you want someone to say, I hope that person gets fired, fire her. Just because you don't like them, the person they are. Like, you don't want someone to do that at your job, so don't do it to someone else. But this person was getting told many times, many people were saying, I hope they release him, and they did. We're talking about the one and only Matt Riddle, the original bro. Like I said, it's a piece of crap people who say I hope someone gets released, but I kind of saw it coming. He's been in some hot water a lot lately. He most recently accused a TSA agent of sexual assault. And then later it came out that it was Matt Riddle was being disorderly on the airplane, and they were just trying to get him off. You don't know what's true with him and what's not. Many exes come out on Twitter and start talking crap about him. Apparently he was in hot water, had been in hot water for releasing the Randy Orton back injury, like, news before it was supposed to be out. And then everyone knows he had to go to rehab recently. So he's burned a lot of bridges, and like I said, I sucks. I kind of saw it coming. But like I said, with the releases, Mustafa Ali, Impact bound, for sure. Some people are now saying AEW, but I think he's going to be Impact bound. Riddle, his girl's pregnant. She's going to be due soon. I don't think we're going to see him. If we even see him, I don't think we're going to see him for a while. He's not going back to UFC. Dana White made it clear he wasn't welcome there. UFC and WWE are owned by the same company now, so, like, I don't see Riddle going to UFC. If he comes back after she has the baby and they take their time off, a lot of people say AEW. because Tony Khan's known to getting the druggies and ex-drug addicts and whatever you want to call it. Not my words, Twitter. But I don't think we're going to see Riddle for a while, so... I know I saw he is releasing his own strain of cannabis. Of course, like, hey, he's on his own, might as well do what he does always, so... it'll be interesting to see where he goes. More, best wishes, whatever you do, Riddle. Now we have WWE Payback. No, sorry, it's Fastlane. I keep calling it Payback. Fastlane coming up. And I'd just like to say there was no real big build up to this pay-per-view premium live event. Goodness, we didn't get our first match named until not even maybe a week ago. Not even there was 2 weeks before 2 weeks. The Paybacks or Fastlane's in 2 weeks and there was no matches. It seems like they kind of got stuck with we're releasing everybody. We all know Mustafa Ali was supposed to beat Dominic Mysterio at that Premium Live event, and they released him the week before, so Shawn Michaels and NXT had to kind of figure something out. So I think they were just kind of not sure what they wanted to do. I know we have 5 matches, and we have the Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins match, which has had a build up for a few months now, so that's good. Io versus Charlotte versus Asuka. Again, I don't watch SmackDown that much. Now that I have Fox, I'm going to start watching it. Those are really the only 2 matches that have kind of had a build-up. The other 3 just got through. I feel like they went, put you in a match, put you in a match, put you in a match, and put you in a match. Gosh, what do we even have? I don't even know what they are. Let's pull this up. Let's find out. I know it's, we have the Judgment Day versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. That just kind of got thrown in. That just was let's put something together. And I really hope just another random thrown team doesn't win the belt. But then again, we all know this last week, Rhea was mad when Dom lost his belt and gave him an ultimatum: you get your belt back or don't come home. They can ride on that. Have Damian Priest and Finn Balor, gosh forbid, have Damian Priest and Finn Balor lose. I know, I'm a Judgment Day fan, why am I saying that? Because then after the match, Rhea can go up to the boys and be disappointed and say, they better you better fix this, or you better fix this. Judgment Day, whatever, I don't know. She'll say something. It'll motivate Damian to cash in, and I hope he would win when he cashes in, especially with the Shinsuke and Seth match being a last man standing. That's the perfect match to cash in on. Cash in and win the belt. What better way to lose your tag belt and get mommy mad at you by winning the world championship and being in the top of the world? I don't know if it's going to happen, because I think Damian was hinting recently that he's not going to cash it in until January, at least January. I hope JD McDonough, doesn't cost the cash-in. I have a feeling he's going to, because he's actually doing pretty good with Judgment Day right now, helping Dom get his belt back, putting some input into what's going to be going on. But I hope JD McCaveman doesn't cause Damian, to lose the cash-in. We'll see how it is. We will do another podcast soon, probably after Fastlane, to discuss what happened, if that happens, more stuff. Yeah, so we will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.